Another weekend upon us, and you're welcome to Dominion Television, your channel of choice. This is Dominion Sport, where we talk all things sport right here on the go. I want you to fasten your seatbelt because we're about to take you on a journey into the world of sport from the local front, serving you update from MPFL. They have signed a deal with the NBI, streaming all MPFL matches. We'll be discussing about that on the show. Also, the WAFCON is upon us, and let me inform you that the Super Falcons of Nigeria would not be playing in the World Cup for 2027 as they lost to the Bayanas 2-1. Also, I'm going to be giving you update from the world of transfer, serving you update also from major stories making the round in the world of sport this wonderful morning. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I have Jessica Osuji joining me to talk sport right here on the go. Jessica, top of the morning to you. It's good to have you on the show.
Top of the morning to you, Toluwani, and also to the viewers. Amazing one to be here on Friday's edition. It's extra special. We'll be talking about football and also be talking about transfer news, some saga between Chelsea and Enzo Fernandez and all of that. And also we'll be talking about the South Africa and Nigeria game qualification match. It's so sad that Nigeria now is out of the World Cup ticket, and so we've decided our fate by ourselves, but at the same time we'll be looking more into stories and to dissect all news and updates and give the viewers updated. All
right, we're going to go on a break shortly, and when we're back we'll be discussing about the deal with MPFL and NBI. Stay connected right here on the go.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at DominionCast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
All right, you're welcome back to Dominion Sport right here on the go. Dominion Television serving you extra sport special right here. And I still have Jessica Osuji joining me right here in the studio. I will be giving you all updates. Just like I said, we'll be taking the story from the camp of MPFL as they signed a YouTube live streaming partnership with Murphy Ben International. Selected matches will be shown live with a delayed broadcast of multiple games each match day, free and in HD on the league of official YouTube channel. Let me inform you, for the first time in history of that one, we're going to be having the NBI partnership with MPFL. Jessica, it's been back and forth stories with the MPFL. Increase in the winner prize money, asking the clubs to pay player salary as 2 million naira. Now also we're having a partnership deal with NBI. I think I don't know, for you, is that a way to go, a good start, or I think there are better ways to achieve this quickly?
It's a way to go, because if you look at this opens opportunity for more things, because you're looking about the official site has not yet been done. So yeah, it creates a platform for people to watch the MPFL matches, whereby it creates more publicity publicity for the Nigerian football, and also at the same time it creates some revenue generation to the federation as well. And it being the first time we're seeing this of our Nigerian football stream live on YouTube, it creates that site that we think it can open door for more investment when it comes to that. And at the same time, because we've seen many times, when it comes to football in general in other countries whereby they have this the stable streaming platform already. When we were looking at the AFCON game, the WAFCON games, we go to other sites to look at it, to watch. So it's something I feel like it is a great step. When it comes to that upgrade in the Nigeria football, but as well, just like you were saying, there were other things that we are still looking forward to. We're talking about the player welfare, the salary structures and everything like that, the prize money for the champions. So it's something we still can't redeem for ourselves, for a way to go forward to. So at the same time, it's a step forward.
All right. Quickly, I'm just going to be reading some of the statements from, Honorable Gbenga Elegbeleye, the MPFL chairman. Said for years, one question has continued to frustrate MPFL followers. Where can we watch the MPFL matches? According to the chairman, the question has now been loud and said there will be no more excuse of I did not see the match. Elegbeleye declared that announcing the fans would have access to selected live matches coverage and delayed broadcast on official MPFL YouTube channel, free and in HD. Also, let me inform you that the agreement followed weeks of discussion between the MPFL and Murphy Ben International. He explained that the new digital strategy will create a new revenue opportunities, a greater visibility and stronger commercial prospects for MPFL clubs, while providing players with global platform to showcase their talents and give fans the opportunity to follow their clubs and visually anywhere in the world. The chairman said that the MPFL identified Murphy Ben International as a partner that shares its vision to Nigeria domestic football and make the league globally accessible, just as Nigeria music and Nollywood have successfully taken the country's culture to the international audience. Jessica.
So this is something when we talk about football in general. We've come to years whereby, just like you said, we have been asking questions. Where can we watch the MPFL matches? For details and analysis for we football pundits. But now the questions have been answered. But one thing I still want to ask: would there be discontinuity? We know from the past there have been many development, but the structure of where continuing this thing has been
the continuity.
The continuity has been of something of issues. It won't be a case of tomorrow now we hear the prize money or this structure was what does not make the plan to go forward ahead again. So this is what we still want to ask: is there a definite structure laid down again? Like, if this should happen, will it continue to be able to know forward? And also for the federation, there are many times whereby when they were making this plan, there were many considerations. But for private investor investing in this, it shows a way to go, because even if we put it as okay, it's only the federation that has a way to do it. Private investors can still come forward, invest in it. It's a win-win for both parties. You're talking about the revenue generation. So it's definitely a way to go about it. And I'm happy that we both the fans and the federation are giving a way in this when it comes to Nigeria football when going forward.
All right, beautiful. That's the update. And the Honorable Gbenga Elegbeleye, the chairman of MPFL, has said we can now enjoy MPFL football in partnership with NBI. We'll see how far that one goes. The season is upon us, and definitely everyone will be looking forward to that. All right. Let's move away from that. Let's serve you stories from the most talked about pre-season tour happening in Nigeria. It's the Value Jet Cup. As more result happened yesterday. Remember, like we said to you, that Doma United picked up the victory against Smart City. Sporting Lagos on a big rise and turn at defeating Abia Warriors, and yet again Shooting Stars falling to defeat against the league winners last season, Rangers International, 3-2. Jessica, let's start off from Sporting Lagos victory yet again, and also the defeat to Shooting Stars. Sporting Lagos for you.
This is looking like another team from Lagos is going to be champions again. The Sporting Lagos, they've been dominant, incredibly brilliant. They've displayed that, playing against Shooting Star, playing against Remo Stars, and also Abia Warriors.
It's only Rivers United they had a draw with.
Yeah, and they are not finding it difficult when it comes to the time of goals. They've been scoring, and that's a good way to start off the tournament. And like just like you said, Rangers International are just behind there with 9 points. They are leading, they're dominant, and they are coming in and out for this competition, and it is a way to go because now you're looking forward to the NPFL. So that's definitely a statement they are putting out there for themselves and for the team. And for other teams, you look at Shooting Stars, leading that match with 2 goals and conceding later on. It just shows maybe the internal crisis is proving a point when it comes to the on-field decisions and play. So, but at the same time, I'm having a feeling maybe another club from Lagos will definitely be crowned now champions of this Value Jet Cup.
I want to ask you quickly, what does this level of preparation for Sporting Lagos and the Value Jet, how does it transcend into next season for them in the NPFL? It is a bold statement to every club in the NPFL watching them right now because they have played top teams. I mean, you talked about Duma United, Smart City, Shooting Stars, Rivers United, Abia Warriors, Rangers International. These are not small teams when it comes to the NPFL. What statement does he give them going into next season?
It gives them a bold statement. No, you're looking at a club coming into the NPFL next season. We have Doma United, Interlagos. So it's something like you see them. Sometimes people will say pre-season does not determine
what. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's for the players. It's shaped their mentality. If you're going against big teams like this in pre-season, when it comes to the football season, you're definitely prepared, prepared for it. And for the coach too, because now you're looking at the team chemistry, you're building the structure very well, tactically disciplined. So at the same time, it does not take away their points, their struggles. It doesn't take away their preparedness. It doesn't take away their mentality. So for the upcoming next season, so it's something I feel like they're doing for themselves and good for them. That's the way to go when you're preparing for a season next.
So right, let's talk about just like you said, the internal crisis with Shooting Stars. Off the field, it looks like it's affecting them on field, and they lost the game right there to Rangers International 3-2. But I watched the game and I could pick some few positive. I mean, when you look at the transition play, they like to play from the back to the middle of the park and straight down to attack. And transition play is not a problem for them, but in the final third, converting 4 Shooting Stars has been the major problem for them. And also defensively, it's been a little bit of shambles here and there. And also their new signings, at least watching the game, I could pick their major signing, Dalatu, off the wing, fantastic signing for me, and that result is not still showing for Shooting Stars. We spoke about Sporting Lagos picking up victories. That is going to, give them a morale booster going into next season. But all of these, for a side like Shooting Stars, we're going to be playing continental football and also NPFA for next season. How does this affect, the state of mind for the players and also the management?
Just like you're saying the positive side and the negative side. For the positive side, the last 2 matches in this competition, they were not able to score. But scoring that goal, just like you said, the transition from the defense to the midfield, and also the threat when it comes to the front has not been great as well. Because you're looking at last season, Kamara, Adekuke, players like that, and they've made some signings. But I feel like at this point in time, maybe the signings are not gelling up well at this point. But it's definitely something I still see them. No, it's not grace being given to them, but they can still work on it. They can still do better when it comes to that. Based on now they have continental football to play next season, is something I feel they should be worried. Just like you said, because now you are not preparing for the LPFA again. You're preparing for the continental stage. So I feel when they been able to calm the storm when it comes to that coaching appointments and everything, the team and the technical team who will lead the team forward when it comes to that to the next season. So I feel that is when we can start grading them at this point in time, because it just looks like a total shambles just internally and everything. And I will still give this negative take point when it comes to that loss of concentration. What were you doing at that point when you were leading 2-0? That defensive line doesn't still look balanced at this point in time. So it's still one way to towards, and hopefully if they settle the coaching appointment and everything, I feel the thing can still be balanced a little bit.
All right. According to the information we are hearing from the camp of Shooting Stars, that most likely it might be Salisu Yusuf or Ima Amak Bakabo joining them for next season. That's according to the information. But we'll be giving you more of that update right here from the desk of Dominion Sport. All right. Let's give you some of the results happening today. And let me inform you that Rivers United have picked up all 3 points against Doma United, as Anselm Surveyor, a fine strike, proves decisive as Rivers United secure the win. The Pride of Rivers will now have to wait for the remaining result to know their qualification fate. So we're going to have qualification, for the teams who are going to push further in this race, but it looks over already for Shooting Stars. They're going to face Inter-Lagos today by 2 p.m. Abia Warriors against Remo Stars. I want to ask you quickly, what are your anticipation for the rest games and also the victory for Rivers United?
The game I'm really looking forward to is Abia Warriors against Remo Stars. I think that one will still be tough to watch for both teams. Abia Warriors, they have something to prove.
They have 4 points, Remo Stars on 6 points.
So it's going to be tough. And for Shooting Star, maybe they can just use this as a round-off party, to score and give the fans something to cheer for. So, and also the other futures is just something to round off the match. Just like say we are entering into the qualification stage of this competition. We know the big guns. We know who are still there for the money and for the prize. So this competition is something I feel it was needed for team being promoted to the NPFL and also to the team who are still there to prepare for their continental sport and everything. So yes, it's been amazing in general. So let's look forward to the qualification stage.
All right, beautiful. We'll be looking forward to the qualification stage and also having you locked down for the rest matches to look forward to by 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Today. All right, moving away from the Valley Jet Cup, let's have your update from the game that happened yesterday, the playoff game for the tickets for the World Cup 2027. Let me inform you that for the very first time since the Women's World Cup started in 1991, Nigeria would not take part in the World Cup next year in Brazil. They lost to Bayanas, one team that the world in Nigeria would not want to see again. And do you remember the Super Eagles? We had a problem with the South African side, the xenophobic attack right there going on in South Africa, and all of that put in place, and this happening also yesterday. Not a way to go. Some people will say shambolic performance, some will say tactical error from the coach, most especially if you watch that game yesterday. Jessica, problem in the glass house, problem on field, still Nigeria team missing out of the World Cup. We'll talk about the Super Eagles, missed out the World Cup. We'll talk about under 17, the Flying Eagles also missed out of the World Cup. We went on to mention the list of we have missed. Now, the problem is that people are not saying the issues with missing out of tournament like this. So they feel that it's just a normal thing that you miss out tournament. It's a problem that grows into the system. I mean, you're having low revenue. It's not money-wise. It's not coming in. Putting yourself on the global ranking is going to affect. There's so many things that affect also the players. Also, right now, at least we'll be having at least maybe 3 or 2 players who are going to retire from the Super Falcons. If we look at it starting from next week. Let's look at all of this put together. Jessica, it's becoming a problem for Nigeria, and still heads are not rolling. Nobody's resigning. We are having the same problems.
It boils down to the point of where I say Nigeria teams, especially the Football Federation, we put ourselves in a place where we react late, whereby we start tackling problems when it comes to us out of the tense moment, because we put ourselves through a lot of pressure, because there were many ways to go through this qualification stage. Automatic tickets was there. Why do we have to wait till the playoff, whereby we start depending on one match that if we don't win it, we are out? That's the problem. That's when we start calling for emergency meeting. We start promising. We start planning for coach sackings and all of that. It destabilizes the teams, if you ask me. To the match now, Nigeria, just like we were saying yesterday about possession and not converting chances, it also played out in this match. There were there were chances whereby I feel like we should have converted when it comes to that Michelle Alozie shot where she dragged wide. But it boils down to that because South Africa, even the first goal they scored, where was the defensive line? They were not able to mark the player who scored the goal, the first goal, and it makes us question the tactical approach that the coach had just Madugu of not. He made the game seem like we were not trying to lose the game even before the game started because of the pressure we've put on ourselves. Because if you're talking about qualification stage, the Super Eagles, the FIFA World Cup had 48 teams and 9 different slots for African. Why do we have to wait till we play the qualification play against Congo? And it was done through penalties, which we couldn't even qualify. It's shambolic. It's something now we were dwelling on much of history. We're dwelling on much of what we have done. Now we are not seeing the problem is bigger than us. If you're talking about the federation, we talk about the salary. We're talking about the player welfare. Even to the point, I can remember November 2025, whereby the Super Falcons had to boycott the trade. Even when Wedom was there, where he was owed 14 months. It goes on and on. Starting from 2007, we can go on and on about the federation not living up to standard we have put ourselves into. And at the same time, it's just so disappointing. And in as much we had high hopes for this tournament, but we just left it with our hands in our heads, and we were to be the one to blame for it because we came not very prepared because we thought we had it. We've won it already. We're talking about the friendlies we should have feast out for the players to test their levels, but we did not do that, and they definitely we were going to pay for it, and we did in a bitter way, losing against South Africa to this point, whereby Ghana just they had their own. We couldn't do that. So this is something I still feel that if we're raising concern about it, then we definitely have to do something about it because we cannot keep on asking questions at the same time believing it unanswered.
I want to ask you, Jessica, quickly. People now are saying that nothing's going to be done. I mean, those in power still remain in power because, we are just keyboard warriors. I mean, we hide behind our phones, rant online. At the end of the day, nothing happens. What do you think we can do to solve this problem? Now, everybody is saying it's an NFF problem. It's a structure problem. What do you think we can do, aside from hiding behind our keyboards, setting up the ring lights, speaking and calling them out? What else can we do off the camera?
We can't have a say when it comes to that election in as much because now the NFF elections and everything. But I feel if we're going behind the keyboard, creating awareness for this, calling out leaders in that position for something to be done, is definitely we should still continue doing that. But at the same time, I feel we should look out forward to the players in as much when they are being called upon. There's a difference between a situation where you are being put on, and there's this difference between a situation where you can still do better when you're being put on there. So I feel like that still boils down to the players and also to the fans. It could be just your phone. You could think it's just your phone. There are many ways UEFA, even a club side, whereby a situation in the club, you see them, they go
with banners and write petitions, and everybody votes.
So yes, it goes beyond the keyboard. Also, we can do that as well. We can call out to federation outside. We can call out to the FIFA, to look at it, this case, because if we are calling ourselves champions of Africa, even at this stage where we feel like the music industry, the movie industry, football also can be something we can put on the biggest stage in the world. So if we're able to do that, call out the big superiors when it comes to football, the FIFA, and also write petitions, raise out banners, But I won't encourage the training, the players boycotting training because that will affect on the field of play. But we can still do better as fans, and definitely if we have to go to that route, I can still, if an improvement is not happening, but at least enough people will be aware of that.
All right. We hope for a change. That's what we are clamoring for the longest. Also, let me inform you that the current, president is running again and is calling it continuity. And we're wondering, what exactly do you want to continue? Because it's problems upon problems. You want to continue with the problems, and these are the issues. Why not just step down? It's not working. Just step down. Let's try to give somebody else the chance to run it. But it's where we find ourselves in Nigeria. We don't like to step down from the problems. We like to eat up the problems, make it more worse. At the end of the day, we put ourselves in total shambles. All right. Let's move away from that and let's talk transfer. This is more and more interesting to look out for as crucial hours ahead for Enzo Fernandez's future, as Chelsea insists they will not sell him after 5 p.m. UK time today. Manchester City have been in regular contact with Enzo camp for days in the last 24 hours too. Chelsea also insists on 120 million prize. Jessica, it's interesting to see Chelsea have set out a time for everybody who want to buy Enzo, and they have said this is the price tag. We are not going lower, we are not going higher. This is the price tag.
This is what they should do, and I definitely feel this is the right way to do it, because you're looking at this saga starting from before the World Cup, whereby the Enzo Fernandez making a proposal. I'll call it a proposal by sending out himself to Nigeria crisis came at Chelsea. He was one of the players that they still depend on, even when Reece James was not available. He led the team, being the captain of then. So it's definitely he worth the prize, and I feel this is what they should do, because now everyone in the Chelsea board deserve to know if the club who are preparing for the upcoming season, who is in with the coach, or who is out with the coach, because now Chelsea now are focusing on the outgoing rather than the signing in. Now the defenders who are not wanted are making a move out, so they definitely know who is in for the coach and who is out for the coach. This cannot be continuous going on, because you just taking it back when Real Madrid was still in the race, but now they are out. So now, and also for Man City, they need to find a replacement for Rodri. This speculation going, it might be Barcelona bidding for his signature. So at the same time, is tick for tat. If Man City feel that they need a player like him, Enzo Maresca is still there. If you feel like I need the service of Enzo Fernandez,
then pay the money.
Pay the money, because they can pay it. Yeah. They did against they did just like that. Elliot Anderson. They can pay it. Yeah. It's not like they.
So if you can pay that money for Elliot Anderson,
let's end it.
You should be able to pay for.
So let's end this. Let's know who is in with the team structure. Let's know who we are going to.
We're working with. It's what Chelsea wants to do right now.
To end
so 5 p.m. Let's know who we are working with our team. If you want him, he remains in the team.
Yes.
If you want him, pay the money.
Pay the money.
And let me bring to your knowledge that Manchester City sold Tijani Reinders right there to Al Qudda right there in Saudi Arabia for 61 million. So there's an empty void that Manchester City would need.
Yeah,
so
they're feeling it. They're creating that space.
They're creating that space for Enzo Fernandez. So if you have that money, pay the money. Pay the money. All right. Let's move away from that. Let me inform you that Ferran Torres has joined Paris Saint-Germain from FC Barcelona for 50 million fee. Now, FC Barcelona fans are excited for this deal, and you're wondering, and you're going to be surprised why. Now, because they feel that maybe they can get a foothold on Julian Alvarez. Now, let me bring to your knowledge that once you compare that stat, Ferran Torres had more goals than Julian Alvarez last season, right? And you sold him to Paris Saint-Germain, a side that would glitter for a player like Ferran Torres.
Scoring the World Cup winners,
and also a side that you have one of the best manager in the world, Luis Enrique. So definitely, I think it's one way to go for Ferran Torres. Now, also, according to the information, if FC Barcelona do not find a striker, because currently they do not have a striker, Anthony Gordon would fit into that position for that amount. It's looking a bit.
One team is benefiting more than
that. And Barcelona fans are excited that Ferran Torres is off the market.
Barcelona going in for Julian Alvarez because it's still not clear if Atletico Madrid will be still.
Now, Atletico Madrid are saying they are not giving him to FC Barcelona.
So that's it. I don't know why they accepted. I don't know, maybe that thing is maybe behind the scene we are not seeing. But I feel like Ferran Torres should be in that Barcelona thing up to now, because him going to Paris Saint-Germain is just like a more addition to that fantastic thing that Luis Enrique has already just like adding more pieces.
Adding
pieces to it. And for Barcelona, they need the striker. Robert Lewandowski is not there, and Marcus Rashford, they were not able to retain him. So who is going to fill that void? And if the field is Julian Alvarez, do I see him as a box-to-box striker? Is not more of his position, but if they want to use him like that, then they have to sort it out with Atletico Madrid, maybe pay whatever price they demand for it.
All right, serving you update quickly in the world of transfers, wrap up the show. Benoit Badiashile, one of the greatest surprise for me in the world of transfer, because this man usually hides when his transfer season in Chelsea finally, on loan to Napoli. You look excited to see Badiashile out of the side for Chelsea. Just quickly.
Someone said maybe you always turn off the lights when it comes to the end of the tunnel. Whenever transfer comes,
because you don't
see him, you don't hear voice.
All of a sudden, when transfer is over,
he's there to replace an injured player. But definitely want to way to go for the Chelsea fans, because they feel like the squad is becoming more overcrowded when it comes to position like the defense, because now definitely they're making a statement when it comes to the signing of Lacroix from Crystal Palace. It shows that this is the first starter. So I feel for Badiashile, he should take it as an experience to get more playing,
more game time,
make more game time by minute, and hopefully maybe prove the doubters wrong, or maybe just have this way to redeem himself of that reputation when he was brought from Monaco. So it's a way to go for both parties, but definitely I feel Chelsea are just making a statement that they are focusing more on the signer rather than the signings.
Beautiful. All right, let me inform you that deal is for €3 million plus a €1 million loan fee. That buy clause and option is for €27 million. That's the update we are getting. Also, more signing, just like we said. Tijani Reinders from Manchester City to Kodisa for €61 million. Janet Ramja from Borussia Dortmund to Copenhagen, loan fee, €5 million buy option. Also, Fred has moved from Fenerbahce to Atletico Mineiro for €2 million plus and €500,000. That's the update coming through from Fred from Fenerbahce right there. Also, let's just wrap up with this story that AC Milan has informed Christopher Nkunku about the decision to keep him out of the team's training. Nkunku can be available even on loan or permanent transfer out of Amorim's project at Milan. Clubs in Italy and abroad are in talks with his agent. I don't know, I think it's just been a decline for Christopher Nkunku, his injury and all of that. And sometimes I'm an advocate of saying some players should not make a move. I was one that said Christopher Nkunku should not have made that move away from RB Leipzig. It was doing fantastic. That move to Chelsea, bad injuries and all of that, just made a big name like Christopher Nkunku down the radar. Jessica, right now the report is it's not going to be part of Ruben Amorim's squad for next season.
It's so sad, because I feel when he made that move, that low move to AC Milan and also playing for them, I feel like, okay, this could be a way to redeem himself, because AC Milan is a big club in Italy and also in Europe, but it has come down to the position whereby some transfer moves can just disrupt every successive.
It can either make or mar you.
So and at this point, I feel they need to. He needs to make a way, maybe to the Turkish league, just like some players are there, buy himself and redeem himself and make a way back to a big club in maybe La Liga or AC Milan, just like that. And it could be something, a way for him to just see it as, will I say blessing in disguise, because you cannot be in a club where definitely they don't want you. They've already said no training, so you are not included in the manager's plan already. So you should just find a club that is willing to for him to just redeem himself and at the same time
a club that sees your value and wants your
yes,
service.
and it's like selling yourself out again.
again.
So yeah, but for the injury, hope he recover from that, from those setbacks that have been coming his way, and just wish him good luck in his endeavors.
All right, a great player like Christopher Nkuku, the balloon boy, should be playing in top side in the world of football. We hope for the very best for him. Wrapping up the show, let me inform you that the 2027 Super Copa de España will be played in Istanbul, Turkey. That's the update we are getting. It's going to be exciting. I think Turkey are getting up the frenzy right now. It's Saudi Arabia right now. It's Turkey, and the 2027 Super Copa de España will be played in Istanbul right there. It's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. All right, that's where we draw the curtain on today's show right here on Dominion Sport, the extra special Friday edition of the show. I want to say a big thank you to Jessica Osuji. Thank you for giving us your top-notch analysis and breaking all of that update down for us. Also, the audience, the viewers, thank you so much for watching. I want to say a big thank you to you for locking down with us right here on the go. We're going to say again on Monday, where we're going to give you all the reactions from the actions from the weekend. Want to look forward to right here on the go. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi. We're going to say again on Monday. Stay blessed and keep watching Dominion Television, your channel of choice.